Some more multiple choice questions now. I'm going to take a look at the 2020 paper 1 questions. So number 1, which of the following is the source document to show that a cheque paid to a credit supplier was dishonoured? Well, I believe we just ended the 2019 multiple choice questions on much the same question. It's going to be a bank statement, which is A. Which of these errors is revealed by a trial balance? So remember, a trial balance will balance regardless of whether there are these errors, if they are in full. Anything that's partial will mess up your trial balance though. So the answer there is partial omission. Which of these would be used to record the purchase of a non-current asset on credit? So remember, if we purchase a non-current asset, it can't go in the purchases journal because it's not purchases. Can't go in the cash book because it's on credit. So the answer for this one is going to be the general journal. So number 3 is B. Number 4, for a partnership that maintains separate current and capital accounts, which entry would appear on the credit side of the current account? So remember, in the current account, you've got the drawings on the debit side and the interest on drawings on the debit side. On the credit side, it would be the salary, partnership salary, it would be interest on capital and the eventual share of profit. So drawings would be on the debit side, it's not that. Goodwill would be in the capital account, not the current account, so it's not that one. Interest on capital, yes, that would be on the credit side. Interest on drawings, no, that would be on the debit side. So the answer there is going to be C for number 4. Number 5, which would best describe the cash received by a business from a bank loan? So what kind of income is it? Well, it's definitely income. It's not going to be expenditure, so we can rule out anything that says expenditure. Is it capital or is it revenue? So revenue income is stuff that's earned, so things like sales, rent received, commission received. Capital income is long-term money, so it's either capital that's been introduced to the business or sale of shares, loans, that kind of thing. So the answer there for number 5 is B. All right, number 6, which is the correct formula for return on capital employed? So return is profit, so we don't want equity on the top here, but the return on the top is profit from operations divided by capital employed, which is equity, not plus current liabilities, so it's profit from operations divided by equity plus non-current liabilities, so it's debt plus equity in your capital employed. So the answer for number 6 is D. Number 7, a bookkeeper recorded the payment of a cheque for rent payable for £50 by debiting the bank with 50 and crediting the rent payable account with £50. Well, obviously the correct double entry should be to debit the rent account, rent payable, and credit the bank. So this one has been completely reversed. So remember, if something's on the wrong side, so if we've got something that's been put onto the credit side of the rent account, we're going to need to debit rent with twice that amount. So rent payable needs to be debited with £100 and the bank needs to be credited with £100. So the answer for number 7 is D. Number 8, what does CCAB stand for? It's the Consultative Committee of Accountancy Bodies. Now, all of these, I appreciate, can look quite similar, and I think in the heat of an exam, you could be forgiven for just looking at that and thinking, I'm just going to take a bit of a punt on that one. So, but number 8 is the Consultative Committee of Accountancy Bodies. Okay. Number 9, a company owed £560 in corporation tax at the 1st of April 2019. For the year ended 31st of March 2020, taxation in the income statement was £14,760. So that's the provision. That's what they expect the tax liability to be. And £450 was still owed at the 31st of March. How much tax was paid during the year? Now I'm going to suggest we do a little tax liability account here. We've got the balance brought down. That's the amount we owed at the start, £560. We've got the provision for the year. We're going to have debited the income statement with that one. We'll credit the tax account, £14,760, and then we still owed £450 at the end of the, what have I written brought down? It's carried down, £450 still owing at the end of the year. So we need to find the figure that is going to balance up our T account. And I think in this case, the answer, if we add those two up, 12, 13, that's going to be 14,870, isn't it, to give the right answer there? I really should have got my calculator handy. 15,320. Yeah, so the answer there is going to be C, 14,870. Sorry, this is all a bit scribbly. Number 10, a business sells goods valued at £400 to a customer on the 1st of May 2020. The customer regularly buys on credit and receives a 20% discount and a 5% cash discount if payment is made within 14 days. Now, watch out when we've got percentages. We've got two percentages here. Do not attempt to net one off against the other or add them together or do anything like that. You've got to apply the first percentage, get a result, and then apply the second percentage. So £400 minus 20% is actually going to leave us with 10% is 40, so that's going to leave us with 300 and what am I trying to do here? £320. 5% cash discount is going to be another £16, so that's going to leave us with 304. So one word of advice, have a calculator handy when you're doing these multiple choice questions. So the answer there, I think, is going to be B, £304. Hopefully my mental arithmetic is correct. So hopefully that's helped you with the process of these multiple choice questions. My policy is always to try and, if not cover them up, just try and ignore the possible answers and actually come up with that myself, and then hope and pray that the answer I've come up with is somewhere in the list. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Watch out for future releases. Thank you.